Oh, howdy folks. Dusty Laws here, and I'm in the heart of Sunstone country in southern Oregon. And why don't you come along with me? I'm going to go do a prospecting adventure here. We're going to be looking for treasure. And sunstones have been popular for a while, but they're getting more popular now. And just the other day I heard of a 35 carat stone that sold for $50,000. So that whetted my appetite. And there was a 25 carat stone that sold for $25,000. So that's the kind of stuff I would like to be digging for. Basically my plan is to walk around and show you how to find these stones on the ground, and then later I may be digging my own hole if I can find a good spot. And I'm going to visit two mines here, the Spectrum and the Dust Devil, and give you a tour of those. So I guess it's good to give you a lowdown on why the stones are here and why this is the only place in the world that has sunstones. This all was a lake up until about 8,000 years ago. And before that, there were lava flows here, kind of like those lava flows you see in Hawaii. It was all basalt, and there were crystals of feldspar in the basalt. Some of those flows had copper in them, and the copper combined with the feldspar crystals and gave us some very unusual gems. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time out here, I'm sure. And so come along with me and we will just see what we can find. Okay, I have a correction to make. There are other places that have sunstones, but only the Oregon sunstones contain copper. And that copper is what gives us the beautiful light red to dark red crystals. Also, it can give a Schiller effect, which looks like a red mirror inside the crystal. But this is the only place in the world where these feldspar crystals have copper in them. Also, while you're prospecting on the public area, remember that the stones that you find are for your personal use. They're not to be for commercial use. There are basically four ways to collect sunstones in the public area. You can walk around and find them on the surface. You can shovel up the sandy soil and screen it for the crystals. You can crack apart the old rotten decayed basalt chunks, or you can dig a hole, and if you're lucky you can get past the really hard cap rock and get down to the decomposed layer that has the crystals in it. Screening the soil doesn't seem to be very productive. It's probably just as good to pick them up off the surface. So I will show you how to find sunstones on the surface by breaking up decayed basalt and digging a hole. Okay, we're starting our tour in a public area. Public area to dig in is actually 4 square miles. So you have plenty of property to dig up, and not all of it's been covered. So there is a chance that you can actually find something interesting out here. This is kind of a welcoming center they have here, where you have a little bit of sunshade and a table and a place to park if you you have your RV, or even camping. Camping is allowed anywhere in that 4 square mile area. So if you can find a place out there, you're welcome to camp there. All of the roads out here are either rough gravel or dirt, so please make sure you have good tires. And it's 26 miles to the nearest store, so you want to keep that in mind. And they have a pit toilet, so that may come in handy if you're out here for the day. So let's go find some sunstones in the public area. So what you're looking for when you're walking facing into the sun is a nice big shiny stone. Like that one right there. Yeah, look at that baby. If you find one chunky piece, you may want to get down on your hands and knees and look very closely at this. I saw this one chunker here, and I got down on my hands and knees and looked around, and I found 3 more good-sized chunks. Okay, these are the stones that I saw shining from over 10, 12 feet away. Nice stones, glad to have them. Remember to be facing toward the sun. That's what you're looking for. It's a pretty good one, kind of flat, but nice size. There you go, a jewel in the desert. That little baby's really shining. Here you go, sunset in the desert. Later on in this video, I'll show you what I find, and we'll take a trip to Quartzsite, Arizona to see what the finished sunstones look like. Howdy folks! Today we're going to be visiting the Spectrum Sunstone Mine. Few particulars. They're open from May 15th to November 1st, 9 to 5. They have a number of different piles that you can dig from. Each is a little bit different price. The big thing here is they have showers, so that's a big plus. They also have belt runs. The people will help you pick your stones off of the belt so you don't miss any, and I'm going to do that today, and so that we can see what you can expect to get. Yeah, free RV parking and camping. Well, Spectrum does claim that it's on its brochure says it's the first gemstone mine out here, and this looks like an old timer from those days, but it does seem that these gemstones have been found back east in Indian villages. Apparently these stones were picked up here and traded all the way back to the Mississippi River by the Indians. So mining in this area has a long history. Well, this is a mining operation, so things are a little bit casual around here. This is the main office. They have a beautiful collection of finished stones. I encourage you to take a look at them. They're really nice. I have confirmed that they have showers and flushing toilets. So that's a big deal out here. None of the other places I've been have that. So for all you city slickers, that's a good positive. And also they have more than sunstones here. They have tourmalines from another mine they have, and they have a lot of different mines in different places, so there's a possibility you can pick up some nice gems from other localities. Okay, rustic is the word here. These are little cabins that they have. You can stay in and enjoy the desert scenery. Also here at the Spectrum Mine, they have a teepee. So how many people have spent the night in the teepee in the desert? Now, I have been told that they will set up a belt run for me today. So hopefully we're going to get some good gems today. Something that we can brag about. This is kind of late in the season. This is October 20 something or other. Days kind of run together out here. But they're usually finished by November 1st. So I'm glad that we could do a run today. And you have to take a safety orientation class and sign up before you can do this. So we'll probably get that done here pretty soon. And we're going to get into some good stuff today. So this is all part of the mining activity here. They have lots of large equipment and they dig big holes. This is a view of the capstone, hard rock. They have to blast their way through that to get down to the bottom where the decomposed material is that has the crystals are easy to get at. Okay. This is really interesting. The people put out just enough gravel so that you don't have any problem finding the gemstones as they come down. And you can just sit here and have a great time picking out beautiful gemstones. So this is my favorite part of the trip so far and looks really great. Well, these are all the stones I got from the belt run, and I've seen a few reds in there and a couple of really nice shillers. Spectrum belt runs cost $200, and I believe I really got my money's worth. Belt runs are a bit of a gamble because you never are guaranteed exactly what you'll get. But I feel I did really good on this one. This video is exactly what you can expect if you come out here. None of this has been staged except for the one stone found in the parking lot. Please look for my next video. It should be out fairly soon. It's going to give a lot more prospecting tips for sunstones and give you a much better idea how to find these stones. Now this is the Dust Devil mining camp. They have been known to help people with flat tires and other problems. So, you know, just make sure your car is in really good shape, good tires before you come out here, because you are in the desert and this is a wilderness. So have plenty of supplies and water with you. But the Dust Devil people are very kind. They have all of these trailers, some of which they can let you have for the night. Also, you can camp here. You got an RV, there's plenty of parking for free. I found out that they do have a shower here and they have a washer dryer. So that does make a good place for a stop. Also here at the Dust Devil, there'll always be somebody here to greet you day or night. I found that at some of the other mine sites that's not necessarily the case. Most of the mines have different priced piles for you to dig from. The piles cost anywhere from free to $200 a day. It's a gamble because you don't know what you will find. And you should probably bring a spray bottle of water because the dirty crystals are hard to see. At the Dust Devil, you only pay for 3/4 of the wholesale for colored stones that will cut 1 carat or more, or pale yellow stones that will cut a 10-carat stone. To cut a 10-carat stone requires a large rough, so you could go home with a lot of stones for little or no cost. Remember, the retail price when you take these stones home is usually about 2 times the wholesale cost. They guarantee that it's virgin material. It's not been looked over by anybody else. And at the other mines, they don't guarantee that the material hasn't been picked over by the employees. I got the last run from the Dust Devil mine, and I got about as many stones as I did over at the Spectrum, but about 15% of them were Schiller. So I got a really good run at the Dust Devil. Dust Devil belt runs cost $80. They also have a fine collection of finished stones and jewelry for you to choose from. Now, I'm still at the Dust Devil mine. This is one of their pits, and you can see the cap rock in place there. They tell me that they're going to be blasting 2 new pits 2019 season, and they're expecting very good pay from those. So 2019 June is when the weather's best. That would probably be a good time to come out here. Yeah, this is a reenactment of me finding there's a nice sunstone in the parking lot at Dust Devil. So let's go find some sunstones in the public area. Okay, this is an example of pretty hard basalt. It doesn't have a lot of air pockets in it. It's not frothy. I don't see any big crystals at all. So this is not what I'm looking for. Somebody has dug underneath this one hoping to find something, but I see from the rocks that are out here, they found water-worn pebbles underneath there. So that's all been displaced, and not going to find any good stuff there. So we got to move on. Okay, I found this chunk of basalt laying up on the surface. It's what we're looking for. It's full of holes, and it's very crumbly. You can practically just break it up with your fingers. So it's the right rock, but I don't see any big crystals in it, so we're going to keep moving on. Okay, this is closer to what I'm looking for. This is a fairly big crystal in a rock. The rock doesn't look very easy to break. See if I can exploit this crack, pop this baby open, see if I can find a crystal in there, because there are some fairly nice crystals here. Okay, I'm finding that this rock is really a lot easier to break up than I originally thought. These are some pieces of crystal that I got out of there. It was a nice big crystal, but this illustrates how the crystals were cracked and broken when the basalt solidified. There was too much stress on the crystals and they broke. So you don't find whole crystals, but if you do find a big crystal, then even the pieces are pretty nice. Okay, now this is more like the basalt I'm looking for. It's frothy, it's decayed quite a bit, it's very easy to break up. However, I don't see any crystals in it at all, only very, very small ones. So, just got to keep moving on. Now this is an example of the capstone, the basalt flow that's on top. Somebody has dug down and got underneath of it to a decomposed layer, and that's what they were removing. Very dangerous practice to undermine like that. You never know if the whole thing's going to come down on you or not. This is the second hole I've dug trying to get past the cap rock, and I couldn't do it, so we're going to have to try again. Okay, this is the reason why I didn't stop at those other places that didn't look very good. This is what prospecting's all about. I just kept going until I hit the sweet spot, and here it is. I'm about 4 feet deep, and I hit the I got under the cap rock. So this stuff right here is the decomposed material. It has the crystals in it. I've screened a couple handfuls of it, and there were 2 crystals in it. So I'm going to be digging here, and I'll show you what I find. Yeah, I had to give up digging for the day. I saw a rain squall coming my way, and the wind was blowing so hard that I had to, well, it was blowing the gravel around on my screen, so I figured it was about time to quit. But this is very encouraging. There seems to be a lot of gemstones in that material. Well, here it is, my last day in Oregon. Very nice sunrise. I have business to take care of back home, and it's 16 degrees this morning, so I've convinced myself I need to go home. Covered up my hole. I don't think anybody's going to find it, and if I can get back next year, then I'll do some more digging. Otherwise, the public area is open to the public, so if you can find my hole, you can get in there and dig all those gemstones. It's been a big pleasure to be here, and kind of sad to be going home. Howdy folks, I'm here at Quartzsite in Arizona. More rocks than I know what to do with. Even a prospector, I'm really impressed by everything that's here. But we're here to see the Sunstones, and I want to show you what the finished products look like. And so hopefully you'll be able to find some of this stuff for yourself. So let's go take a look at the good stuff. Okay, we've got a sampling of Dust Devil stones here at the Dust Devil mine. This will just give you an idea of some of the stuff that you'd like to be looking for. And you would be really lucky to find a stone that would cut like this. These sunstones sell for $1,000 a carat. Now this is another batch of sunstones to illustrate that they aren't all red. There are different colors here. These stones typically sell for $100 a carat. So this is definitely the kind of stuff I want to be digging up. And hopefully after watching my video, you'll be able to get some for yourself. So, how much did I make for that 2 hours on the belt runs? I picked out 72 chunky yellow stones, weighing from 10 to 26 carats. Finished, that's about 600 carats. $1,800 at a low ball price of $3 a carat. A few of the larger ones could bring $20 a carat. Mounted in silver, yeah, they'll bring me a lot more. I have 5 reds I will save as an investment. As these stones get more popular, the price will go up. I have a handful of shillers. They should bring 3 to 5 times as much as the yellow ones. Your guess is as good as mine as to what the total will be. Guess I'll be spending a lot of winter days cutting and polishing these stones. But come summer, I'll be out there digging holes. I hope you can come along with me to find some more treasure. Please don't forget to like and share this video. My next video should be out fairly soon. It's going to give a lot more prospecting tips for sunstones and give you a much better idea how to find these stones.